It's been a little while since my last update, but I finally have enough titles to make another one. So let's just dig in. I don't think I'm gonna have time with all of them. Maybe, if I'm quick. We'll see. Okay. We got a movie called Brassed Off, which is a movie with Ewan McGregor, Tara Fitzgerald, and Pete Postlethwaite. Yeah, that's him right there. He was probably the best part of the movie to me. I did like this movie, especially the first half or so. In a way, to me, his enthusiasm of the brass band, which the movie is about, he's sort of the leader. The what are they called? Well, you know, with the stick, waving it around. His enthusiasm for the whole thing was very convincing, and he made me like the movie more than I guess I would have done if he wasn't in the movie. So anyway, yeah, it's about this. I wasn't really familiar with the term before, but a colliery brass band. It's like a mine, which is this brass band. The people working in the mine, I guess, it's based on Grime Thorpe Colliery Band or something like that. So it's based on an actual event, actual people. But the mine is being closed down by the government, the coal mine, and along with that, most likely the band will also succumb. Or maybe that's not the right word. Anyway, and it's basically about these inhabitants of this very small little quaint village or town trying to fight against this, or some of them has money issues, maybe, or one of them does anyway, and you can be bought or whatever, and there's like a vote what the direction they should take or whatever. Yeah, anyway, that could have been explained better, but you know, I liked it. It's a pretty nice little movie. Then we have Open Range, which is a movie by and with Kevin Costner, also with Robert Duvall and Annette Bening. And who else? What's his name? Michael Jeter, if that's how you pronounce it. Basically about Robert Duvall and Kevin Costner. They're partners, I guess, along with two other people, but they're not as high. Doesn't have as high a rank, I guess you could say, even though they're only four people. But they're sort of their assistants, or their yeah. Anyway, and Robert Duvall and Kevin Costner, they're free rangers, free rangers, and basically they run into problems when they have to look for supplies and food and stuff in this town, or this you know, the typical Wild West town, or whatever they're called, and the corrupt police, corrupt police who has the highest rank or whatever, and another person run that place, you know, with an iron fist or whatever, and they don't like free rangers. So basically, Robert Duvall and Kevin Costner, they try to fight against them, try to yeah, something like that. Yeah, I definitely liked it. It has some pretty cool visuals, and I'd say that it's a good movie if you like more modern sort of Western movies. That, you know, if you enjoy watching modern Westerns, then this is, I'd say, definitely one which is I guess a must watch. I definitely enjoyed it. So yeah, anyway, next up is Flipper, which is a shitty movie, especially towards the end, when it's sort of clear that it feels like a commercial or whatever. I don't know, and it's really cheesy, and really corny. I guess corny rather than cheesy in a way. It's just it's about Elijah Wood. He's not a teenage delinquent, but I don't know what he is, but he's not too happy with certain things, and he's definitely not too happy with having to live with his uncle, who's played by Paul Hogan, for the summer or whatever. But when he's there, of course, he befriends this dolphin, who, for some reason, only listens to Elijah Wood, and you know, it's fine. Felt to me like a mix between Free Willy and E.T. in a way, mainly Free Willy. Maybe I don't need the E.T. comparison, but it's like a Free Willy movie, if I remember that movie correctly. But it's been a long time since I saw Free Willy, but pretty much the same thing, I guess. But yeah, it was fun to watch, but it's, you know, it's not a good movie. Then we have a French-Canadian movie, drama comedy, I guess, called Crazy, and this movie I've seen around plenty of times. You know, seen the cover on several websites and stuff, but I've never really been interested in this because it's not a cover which draws you into the movie. It's not the cover which makes you interested in, oh, I wonder what this movie's about. Not to me anyway. It's just a very generic, boring cover. But I found out recently, or well, before I bought the movie, that it actually is supposed to be a pretty great movie. And yeah, it's pretty good. The title refers to these 5 brothers. Each one of them has a name starting on one of these letters. So it's a crazy, dysfunctional family. Mainly it's about this guy. Yeah. And it's about the family, about him and him living in that pretty strange family. Yeah, I liked it. But I think other people will like it a lot more. I don't know. I wasn't really grabbed by it in a way, which I don't know. But it was good. Then this one I watched last night. I've seen it before, but it's I Saw the Devil. I've seen it. No, I haven't seen this Blu-ray before, but I've seen it online. And I bought it last year sometime, and it took me until now to watch it. But of course, it says from the director of Old Boy, and other people have mentioned that who have bought this edition, this Swedish or Scandinavian edition. That's not true. I don't know if it says that on other releases too, but here in Scandinavia or here in Sweden, they fucked up. But in a way, I feel like it's a little too long. The length makes it kind of just disjointed. It's a little all over the place. Goes off into territories which makes the movie as a whole, like, you know, a little bit all over the place. But then I also think, like, on the other hand, that it needs to be long, because it needs the time to build up the sort of I don't know how to describe it, but it's about a serial killer, and then he kills this girl who's the girlfriend or fiancée of a guy who I guess is a cop or something, and this husband to the wife, he begins to fuck with the serial killer. He doesn't kill him, but he sort of haunts him, visits him several times and beats him up and tortures him, because he wants him to suffer just as much as his fiancée did when he was killed by this serial killer. So that's why it needs to be long, because the sort of relationship between the serial killer and this very angry guy needs time to build up. And yeah, in the end, I don't think that it is too long. It is 2 hours and 20 minutes. By the way, I didn't say that, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It is a very brutal movie if you haven't seen it, and it's a great movie. I sometimes you watch movies and you the second time you see it, you kind of get a different view on it. You watch it with different eyes. Maybe it's been a few years since you saw it, and it has been a few years since I saw this, but I pretty much see this movie exactly the same way as I did before. Which, I don't know, if that doesn't really have to be anything negative, because I enjoyed watching it again. It was just sort of, I watched the same thing all over again. It wasn't like I saw new things, or I discovered new things, or I was able to piece two things together, which I wasn't able to before, whatever. Some movies are like that, but this one, not really. I just enjoyed watching it again for the same reasons. But that doesn't have to be anything negative, as I said. But anyway, then we got a movie which I've actually also seen before. The Kids Are Alright. Once again, downloaded it and then watched it a few days ago or whenever it was. And actually a little bit similar to this, but this movie is not so surprising because this is not a complicated movie. This is just a drama comedy, or well, at least a drama. No, yeah, I don't know. It's something like that, drama comedy. I'm just gonna say one thing about this, which is a bit of a spoiler, just so you know. It's about the ending, which last time I found that strange, and this time that I still do. It's an interesting choice because it sort of has happy ending, with the family that it's about. But the guy played by Mark Ruffalo, who cheats on Julianne Moore and Annette Bening. They're a couple, and Mark Ruffalo cheats. He sleeps with Julianne Moore, so maybe that would give you some maybe they don't want you to feel sympathy for him. I don't know. I mean, you do, but maybe that's why they decided to, in the end, which is what where I'm heading with this. They decided to leave him with. They didn't give him like redemption or whatever. They didn't. He just sort of. The last scene with him, he's in a sort of utter frustration, and then after that he's just gone and he doesn't come back. And it's a weird place to leave one of the major characters in the movie. That's how I feel still, and I don't know why they decided to do that. My theory before is just a desperate theory. I don't even know if I don't know if there's any truth in that, but I don't know. It's just a little strange to me, but I like the movie. Then this one we watched for school actually. I had it part of an Alfred Hitchcock collection. And it's Marnie, and we've done this a few times on the English class, which is the first time ever we've done this. I believe this is the third movie we watched as homework, because I've never done that before in school. But this teacher gives us homework. He gives us movies to watch for homework sometimes. Unfortunately, I did not like this movie. I don't like. This is kind of stupid, but this is just how it is, stupid or not. I don't like being told to watch movies. I don't like when people recommend movies in a way. I want to find them on my own because it takes away from the experience, which is stupid, I know. And especially when we have it as homework, I feel like I have to watch it, which of course I do. But that takes away from the experience. Then I don't feel like I want to watch it. So that can sort of contribute to me not enjoying the movie, which is unfortunate, because maybe I would have liked it if I would have watched it on my own. I don't know, but since I watched it for school, that's not the whole reason, but I just did not like it. Definitely not the whole reason. It may be part of the reason, but anyway, I didn't like the movie. I just didn't think that it. I don't know. I just didn't like it. Very boring characters. I mean, Tippi Hedren was pretty good in this, but really, still a pretty plain and forgettable character. Sean Connery, he was not very good in this. He's just dull, unmemorable, forgettable character in this. And I don't know. Their relationship is interesting, fairly intriguing, but it wasn't really pulled off in a way which made me interested in seeing more, because I just wanted the movie to end. I don't know. I didn't like it. And I'm not going to try to explain what it's about, because if you know me, that usually doesn't work out because I can't find the right words, and that movie is fairly complex. I mean, not really, but kind of. At least hard to explain. Anyway, then we have a movie that I like. And it's Lunacy by Jan Svankmajer. I always have problems pronouncing that. I don't know how to pronounce it in English, or in the original language, of course, for that matter. But this is it's about how to run an insane asylum, or how not to run it. The film opens with a bit of an introduction by Jan Svankmajer. He's talking to the camera, and he has sort of taken the two worst scenarios how to run an insane asylum, and he has combined them into a third alternative, and that's how it's run in the movie, I guess. And those two are basically, maybe it says here, I don't know. Well, one of them is complete freedom, and the other one is basically the opposite. So yeah, and it's a very strange movie, very dark, very darkly comedic too, because it is pretty much a comedy. It is funny, but not a comedy in the sense that you will think of when you think comedy. It's kind of disturbing, I guess. A very interesting ending. The ending is pretty much what made me like it, especially. And as you see here, if you've seen other Jan Svankmajer shorts or feature films, you won't be surprised that there's a lot of stop motion, and in this one the stop motion is meat. He actually has made a short, maybe it's even called Meat Love, maybe. It's like a 1 minute short or something, about two steaks or something, and they dance and everything. It's pretty weird, but this is a weird director. But anyway, in between you see stop motion animated meat moving around, and it's pretty strange. But if you don't really get it, if you don't really see the point of the meat when you watch the movie, I think at least the ending will put some perspective on it, because it did for me, which is a really interesting ending, as I said. But yeah, and it also has a special feature, or a making of documentary, which was a lot of fun to watch. Basically, yeah, behind the scenes. It's how a behind the scenes featurette should be, not consisting of interviews with the people involved talking about the movie. That's not making of documentary. You want to see, you want to have a camera. You want to see basically the director directing. You want to see them preparing scenes. And for example, there's a very short sequence where they show the stop motion process. There's a blooper here and there, or at least one. There's the actors maybe talking a little bit with Svankmajer. He explains what he wants, some stuff like that. And another thing which was interesting, which I realized when I watched the special features, and I was like, it has to be like that, because the inmates, well, the people who are in the insane asylum, when I watched that special feature, it seemed obvious that they used sort of extras who are a little mentally unstable, or very mentally unstable, who belong in a place like that, because they acted very strangely, and it just seemed like that was probably the case. I don't know, but that's just what it seemed like, which I guess is to bring realism to it all or something. But it seems complicated. It also seems more time consuming and difficult to direct people who have mental issues or whatever. But I don't know, as I said, that's just what it looked like in the special features. Some of the things they said and stuff. Anyway, then we have a movie called The Town, which I'm sure you've heard of, and I've been meaning to watch it for a while, I guess, but never got around to it until just recently. And I liked it. I mean, it's too bad that they went with, I guess in a way they went with a safe ending. There was one point towards the end when there was like 10 minutes left, and I saw this possible outcome, this sort of scenario before my eyes. I'm like praying for it to end that way, because that would have been an ending in my taste. But then they went with a more conventional and satisfying ending, I guess. Because my ending would have been, with loose ends, and God forbid. But also, before the time runs out here, I want to say the third heist sequence was why this movie was good. If you don't like it, just stick with it, because the third heist, where Jeremy Renner shines, by the way, was really good, really suspenseful. So I'd recommend this movie. I'd say a good movie, on par with Argo. Maybe Argo is slightly better, if you ask me. Anyway, that's it for this time. I have one movie left, but I don't have time for it because the time is gonna run out. But yeah, thank you for watching, and see you later.